Oh, hello, and welcome to Bakerstreet.coasters live for the second time tonight. Anyways, so today's review is on The Swarm, which is at Thorpe Park, opened back in 2012 and has a track length of 2,543 feet. Now, that is actually quite a lot and a lot of track, especially for a coaster which was unique at its time because, it's the only UK's winged roller coaster. More likely, let's just say it was it was installed by RCS, but as it says here, it was built by B&M Coasters, which, yeah, again, like I just said, the first B&M UK roller coaster. Okay, so Coaster Glitch has already announced that the Swarm is worse than the Saw. I rest my case. I have a really controversial view there, and I'm gonna argue against that. As the Swarm did come up with me as the third place because I couldn't think of anything else to put on it. Anyways, we roll with that. So, the Swarm. Now, Thorpe Park had multiple and multitudes of different marketing campaigns for this. It was like the war's coming, and then it released as the Swarm. We had people going around going, "Oh, the world's ending." We had different marketing stuff. Like different advertisement posts going war, and we had drones or whatever they were trying to fetch people and kill people, just taking them off the streets. And then we got the Swarm, and it kind of sits in the area of where it's meant to be, because it's on its own island, the Swarm Island. Like, what else would you call it? And it's quite good in its theming as well to what the advertisement showed, because you've got Swarm, and before that, like I just said, they didn't have the S and at the start and the M at the end, so you've got war. Joanne said you need a haircut. Okay, fine, I shall get a haircut soon. Now with that, you have war, and then when you look at the theming around the area, you've literally got this warlike theme aspect, because you've got stuff everywhere. You've got police patrols, you've got menus, you've got stuff upside down. You even have a police van, which is upside down, and that's where the operating theatre is. Operating theatre. It's a smiler now. Now, if you don't know what the Swarm looks like, I shall give you some roller coaster database stuff. So that there is actually a real life helicopter which did fly. I mean, of course it's real life. I mean, yeah, this is just a projector now, guys. No, that was a real life helicopter which it did fly, and it did get donated to Thorpe Park when it retired. Most of the theming around the area did get donated, which I think is really, really good. It also had its own theme song, which was literally named The Swarm, and you can post it on there. Well, it's on Instagram. And it was the only roller coaster that had a tune to it, which I think is really, really cool again. Now that's the entrance sign. I don't think it's like that anymore. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Oh god, there was an incident. There you go, we've got another. It's got 4 inversions, which I think is yet again good, and the first one is literally as you come off the lift hill. I mean, who doesn't like a good inversion? And then you've got a plane wing there, which it goes straight under. Now, that is a good aspect, because it's like, you're actually flying. Because if this is on the ground, you're actually like swooping around, and you're trying to look for survivors and stuff like that. Then it's like you've took down the whole city. We're at Chessington now. We better stop before we wreck the whole town. Okay. But yeah, no, look, you've got this winged aspect. I absolutely love the inversions on it, I can't lie. And especially when you get to this part and everyone screams on like these 2 inversions. That's really funny. I also love how it just goes up and down. That's a really good zigzag, I can't lie. However, the station is actually a church, an old church. Well, it was old. It wasn't old until it got wrecked by the Swarm. And it's you basically just going around and wrecking the whole town. I'm going to say it again. You better stop before we wreck the whole town. If you don't know what that's from, that quote, what I just said, is from, I don't even know. Someone help me out here. I don't know. Anyways, it's from Chessington. Tuk Turmoil. That's the ride it's from. Anyways, so yeah, the aspect of the Swarm. Oh, and you've also got a police thing here. Now, this this fire engine here, normally produces. I don't know if you can have a good thing of it, but no, there is absolutely no images of that whatsoever. But yes, the fire engine actually has fire in the back when it's working, of course, and if not, it has water, which I think is also really, really good. There's also a wet zone there, which, you know, you can stand, and every time it goes past, it's like normally water. But if you are lucky to see the fire, then the pyrotechnics on it is pretty cool. You know, we're back at the Wicker Man. No, I'm going to show you. So yes, also in 2013 they had a scare attraction or scare thing, which basically allowed you to ride the ride backwards if you booked the tickets, and you know, they just put the last 2 seats backwards and then you made it fly backwards, which I think is really, really cool. It was called the Swarm Brave It Backwards, and that is quite observant. It's nothing like Mandrill Mayhem, totally. But I don't know why they didn't keep it like that. They should have had one coaster which is going forward and the other going backwards. Having 2 versions of it's really, really cool. 2 different experiences. But yet again, no, they put it as a scare attraction or something, and I'm just like, nah, scare experience. Now here's one of the billboards. Now Merlin have got a really big theme about billboards, because we've also seen another bulletin board, or billboards, whatever it's called, advertising board, in Minifigure Speedway, which is not in this video because we're talking about the Swarm. I'm also talking about how take a flight into hell, paradise. But yeah, no, they are really prone to having boards, which I think is really funny, and I was surprised that there you go, that was Swarm Brave It Backwards, because people want the back. That is a pretty good photo of that, can't lie. Now having a 2 backwards seats is really, really good. Like I said, 2 different experiences. As it says here, warning, you are about to brave it backwards on the Swarm. Waiting time will be increased due to limited availability. Backwards queues line will close. Main park closing time. Do not proceed if you do not wish to brave it backwards. I wish to brave it backwards. I really did. But yet again, like I said, that was back in 2013. And shout out to whoever that guy is. And yeah, no, so you've got some really good elements on the ride, including elements on the track. Don't know what sort of inversions we've got here. As it says here, we've got elements such as chain lift hill. We've got a dive drop, which is literally as you come off the dive drop. As you literally come off the chain lift hill. Then you have a 0G roll, which is when you go down under the wing and then you come back up and you do a 0G roll. You do a corkscrew, which is somewhere. And then you do an inline twist, which is at the end, where you inline twist over the station, or like on the side of the station. Has 7 cars per train, and riders are arranged 4 across in a single. I'm literally reading from the board at this point. This is so good, isn't it? Riders are arranged 4 across in a single row for a total of 28 rides per train. Now, having 28 rides per train, literally, it's okay. But you know, having more. I would love the Swarm to have more, you know, because it would be pretty cool to see, like, you know, when that does the inversion, like, you're still here not doing the inversion till later on, if that makes sense. It's like you see the fun. I don't know, I just like looking at stuff like change, and I'm still here, like, fine. But, you know, if you've got like a really long track and this one's about to come its inversion, but you're still on the track waiting to go to the inversion, that's very confusing, but we roll with it. Anyways, it has a top speed of 59 miles per hour, so not quite at that 60 mark. I am really sorry, Rita. And G-force of 4.5. Wait, I've just said really sorry, Rita. Rita's 61. Oh well. Like I said, it is a wing coaster and it is a custom one, just as the one at Chessington, but that's for another video. Like I said, it is a steel coaster. It is an extreme. It's a wing. It's a roller coaster, of course, and it's at Thorpe Park, like I've said. Now, the marketing advertisement really did fit into the theming, like I'm repeating myself, but having quite a lot of elements and theming around the ride is really good. Like I said, so you've got the helicopter, you have police cars. Now I'm going to show you some photos of the Swarm theming, because why not? So enjoy the ASMR. So, like I said, I'll just repeat myself again, aren't I? So there's the fire engine down there, which is a very unique design, I can't lie. You've got this here, which is like, it's got like a police car and it's been overturned, and you just get to sit there. That's also a very unique design. It's all been donated, like I said. Oh, and you can also climb the Swarm on the VIP events, I think, but I'm not quite sure if that's still available now. And I'm trying to see if you can get it on like for the fire, but I don't think there is. And then that's it at night. It is pretty lovely at night, I can't lie. Like, you know, at the top it's just red lights because the cars, like I think I've showed you the cars. Well, I have, but I haven't talked about the cars. The car design is very good too because these lights actually work. I mean, if you look at something like Mandrill Mayhem, that doesn't have lights on the eyes. Now this is red lights, so when in the dark, you can literally just see red lights. And I've got a photo of, like, you know, it at the lift hill, and you could just see red light. It's just amazing. You've also got Gatling guns here, which Gatling or miniguns, which again shows that the Swarm isn't just a natural being. It is a supernatural being from outer space coming to invade or produce war, even though they've kind of won because, you know, they've took us to. You've got Thorpe Park logo there. I mean, that is very bland. I mean, that's not good to see because, you know, you're going to be looking at the bottom of the thing if it's doing an inversion. But yeah, I don't know how they've worked that one out. But it's also good because it means that the whole design doesn't get wrecked by the logo. If we look at more stuff here, this was one of it. No, that's a person on a ride. I mean, yeah, sure. So yeah, there's a more big insight into what the station looks like. There you go. So it's an old church, and then in this church, let me look at the station. Oh wait, I didn't put theming in. How funny am I? Probably am quite funny. Doop-a-doop-doo, doop-a-doop-doo. Oh yes, the saw. Because, you know, yes, that's not the Swarm, mate. More. Where is the station? Probably gone past the station. Oh, and there's the fire effects, which is coming out the fire engine. Which again, the Swarm goes past, and the fire effects then comes out after. Yes, hashtag choo choo. We've got emergency supplies, which is a shop, the Swarm shop, which I think is really good too because it's also themed in because, like, you know, like the survivalist, you're the survivalist getting emergency supplies just before you go. Yeah, again, it's another money making scam, of course, but it's good. What is this? This is not the Swarm, but I've never seen that before. Yeah, again, there you go. You've got the Swarm there. You've got the billboard there, which I need the theming of the, you know, the station, please. I don't know if it's got any theming of the station. Let me look at station. Here we go. But no, that's not what I'm looking for. Why haven't I got any theming of the station? Ah, finally, we have theming of the station. Yes, so that isn't under. That is literally turned on its head. The whole. Oh, I've lost my words at this point. I'm just gonna go doom. Anyways, no. That there is a police van which has been turned upside down and it's literally hanging over. So the Swarm goes under it and it's like it's in between. So it's only been kept up by the walls of the church, which I think is really, really good. And yet again, shows the war-like aspect, but it also shows that the donations were pretty much free for Park because, you know, if you got donated something. But yeah, having all these emergency services around the park and having it really well fit in to the park, having this whole land being drained because, you know, Swarm Island wasn't an island before, it was a farm, I think. And then having, no it weren't, it was literally just water. And then they drained out the piece of water and then, you know, they put in the Swarm Island. The Swarm Island just came a big, huge hit. And it was their last major roller coaster before Hyperia, but it still stands as the last major roller coaster, opening back in 2012, which again, they've been fighting so long to get Hyperia for, you know, for like 10 years. Yeah, 10 years since they started, and then it's like 10 years later they got the permission. But apart from that, that is the Swarm. That is the third in 2024, of course. But that is the third best roller coaster in my opinion. Now, many people don't agree with me. That's a very controversial view again. However, I'm going to go now. Tell me what you think of the Swarm. Please remember to subscribe and smile always. Bye, guys.